What's happening, guys? It's Logan Robinson from BucsGameday.com here on our YouTube. I'm here with our lead editor at BucsGameday, River Wells.
That's me.
How we doing? How we feeling? You wore the black today. I saw in the YouTube comments they're making fun of you. You can't complain if it's hot if you're wearing black.
Listen, I got Nike dry fit clothing on. It's breathable. It's nice. I'm not sponsored by them, but I want to be.
Yeah.
So that's what we're working for.
Yeah, if someone wants to sponsor us, then please do
There
for
you
some
go.
dry fit. But it wasn't too bad. We have
good.
some clouds. There is some
It's
clouds
some cloud
out there.
cover here.
Thankfully, had some clouds. Hopefully the phone won't fry, but we won't take too long here on this video. Pretty good day, it seemed like. Kind of overall, some guys making some plays. We just talked with Todd Bowles. I think we got to start off, too, with Yaya Diaby.
Absolutely.
Get an official update from the team and the head man himself saying that he is dealing with an ankle sprain. Thank goodness it's an ankle sprain. It says he should be available week 1 against the
huge for the Bucs.
Washington Commanders. Thoughts on what Bowles said there on Yaya and getting him back? It's massive.
Yeah, if they can get him back for week 1, they said that they're taking it week by week, but if they can get him back for week 1, that'll be huge. He's going to be a really big part of this pass rush. 7.5 sacks last year as a rookie. Looks really good in camp so far, developing. So that's really big that they avoided a serious injury with him. I was really excited to see him play this year, and I'm glad I'm going to get to be able to because he's a dynamic player, very fast, great pass rusher. Will be fun.
Massive Megatron, practically like a transformer.
Action figure. Yeah.
And you were saying, coming into this camp, you and I were talking, we wanted to see him get better at the pass rush, and he was doing that, early on. We're not going to see any more of that in training camp, but it seemed like there was some improvement there.
For sure. I would like to see him work on his pass rushing moves. That was my big thing. Definitely getting in the backfield a lot in camp so far, and that's what we need to see from him. So if he could up those sack numbers, and a lot of those sack numbers last year were some cleanup sacks, so he looks fast. He looks strong. Hopefully when he comes back from his ankle, I know those are lingering injuries, he can continue to look like that.
Yeah, but thank goodness not an Achilles, wasn't knee, just a sprain. One of those that sprain that he's dealing with, high ankle sprain. It hurts. It sucks. It feels like you did tear something or you broke your ankle. Practically, it feels like that. But thank goodness it's going to be a long kind of recovery there. But still expected, hopefully, be available in Week 1 against Washington Commanders when the Bucs kick off in Raymond James Stadium in 2020.
Right over
to
there.
kick off that season. Yeah, right somewhere over there.
Right back there.
Somewhere around this whole entire field, though, where a lot of interceptions kind of being thrown. Even Baker Mayfield today. Jamel Dean just talked with him. He was one of those enemies that took a ball away from Baker.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Thoughts on literally. thoughts on the quarterback play from a handful of these guys today.
I think Baker Mayfield, he threw some interceptions last camp. We counted him during the little competition with Kyle Trask, and he went out and played a great game, or a great year, really. So that's going to be not as big, I think, of an alarm, but I mentioned this on Twitter. It's really good to see some of these defensive backs making plays, getting in front of the ball, getting picks. Jamel Dean has classically had trouble getting his hands on the ball. He's had 2 picks in training camp so far, so you got to think that's a positive to take away from this, right? So that's really good. And then, of course, got some guys like Vi Jones have one linebacker on the right side of the field, John Wolford, who's honestly not had a great camp. I don't think, Wolford's thrown a lot of picks, and he's playing with the threes. So that's something they want to clean up, but at the same time, it's camp. It's early. You're trying new things, and see as a positive for both sides, I think.
I feel like a lot of the defensive backs made some plays today. Wisdom was around the ball a lot, and thinking about Banks as well. He was there in the red zone making some plays there during team drills. But defensive backs came to play today, and you like hearing that. And we were very high on Zion to start off this camp. Nothing like he's doing anything bad, but these other defensive backs are stepping up, and some of the second team and third team guys are taking advantage of what they can.
For sure.
I want to go over. I was asking Bowles. I also talked with Levante David there, and they were talking about this defense being really fast, and you're starting to see that too. I mean, go back to what we're talking about with the defensive backs, but it feels like this defense, even with what Liam Cohen is moving around with, it's Bowles versus Liam Cohen, and it's a new offense being installed and everything. It seems like it's starting to adjust a little bit now that we're heading into, get into this week 2 of training camp for the Bucs. You love the motion and everything. You love it.
I love
But
me
it
some
seems like
snap motion,
Bowles
guys.
is starting
Love
to
it.
and let's be honest, Bowles has been irritating these quarterbacks. He's been sending tons and tons of blitzes on Liam Cohen in
Nickel
there.
blitzes. I saw yesterday Vita Vea dropping back in coverage.
I'm not sure Bucs fans want to hear that.
Well, it happens.
But if it works,
he does it, and it just attests to the crazy amount of looks that Todd Bowles can give a quarterback on defense, right? So I think it's still he's getting creative. This is his time to start playing with some things and do a lot of stuff, and it's fun to see. It's fun to see the two battle. I'm very impressed with Liam Cohen. Like to see what Todd Bowles is doing on defense. Could be a fun year.
Yep, and I want to finish off with two things here, two rookies.
Yep.
Let's talk about Bucky Irving, because I saw on YouTube everybody wants to get an update there on him, and it's hard to kind of evaluate running backs when you're in camps like this, when you're not getting wrapped up fully, you're not getting tackled fully, so guys can slip around and everything, and you just don't know whenever that tackle would actually be made in a real game.
Right.
That's why we were talking about on the sideline earlier today. We're ready to see Bucky Irving and that preseason game kind of atmosphere. That's where we're really going to be able to evaluate him.
Right.
But he looks smooth, and he looks quicker than maybe you were first expecting. And let's see if that translates onto a Sunday.
Right. And preseason's going to be big for Bucky because his whole thing in college was breaking those tackles, right? And it would be nice to see in preseason if he can do that against similar competition, some other younger players, rookies trying to get their feet wet, just kind of like he is. So that'll be definitely a big period for him, but he's working. He's getting a lot of work because Chase Edmonds is injured.
Exactly.
So he's playing a lot. He put a nice move on KJ Britt yesterday. Had some nice little plays over here today, and going to be fun to watch him when the Bucs go to Cincinnati.
And to finish it off here, let's go over to an undrafted free agent, Kalen DeLoach. He's been getting a lot of work with the twos and the ones. Got to give our Noel Game Day guys over there some content. But still, nonetheless, he's getting work with the ones. He's coming in as an undrafted free agent. This staff really likes what they see from him early on. I talked with Todd Bowles. The biggest thing for him is getting down the mentals and getting the game sharpened up for him. But you can see the physical attributes that he can add on to a Todd Bowles type defense with the blitz packages and what he was able to do at Florida State. That's exactly what they were able to utilize him with under Adam Fuller in Tallahassee. He's making plays. He had multiple sacks yesterday. Nothing crazy today, but still, the Bucs would like to develop this young man into something just because of what you have at the age and the helm of Levante David as a veteran.
Sure, and you get a lot of players that come in and the off season and they get a lot of buzz, right? Jalen McMillan's still getting a lot of buzz. Kalen DeLoach came in. He did have all that buzz, and it looks like he's playing up to standard. We were talking about how as an undrafted free agent he could make the 53-man roster, and the way he's playing out there and making plays and getting sacks and being around the ball, it looks like it's definitely a possibility. He's been playing really well. He's been mixing in, like you said, with some of the first team reps and the second team reps, getting played all over the field. And we just talked to Levante David, and he talked about how impressed he was with a lot of young guys, but Kalen in particular as a player that he's excited to see develop and go forward. So definitely look out for him to make the roster. I think at this point I would predict that he does, and that's pretty huge for a undrafted free agent to come in here and do that. And Todd Bowles has done that with a few guys like Christian Izian, but it looks like he's making plays.
Yeah, I know. You're a Gator, so it's tough to talk about there. But if it oh God, now the comments will really be rolling. But no, if he's here to able to perform, and it all depends on what he does in this preseason too as well. You can do a lot of things in camps, you can do a lot of things in practices, but it all depends on what you're doing for Todd Bowles on Sundays.
For sure.
So, yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of our Instant Reaction. We'll do one tomorrow on Saturday because I'm going to say like we're with the team. We have a 2-day break. So we're going to enjoy that 2-day break, and then we'll be back here. Hopefully, we'll have River here a little bit start of the beginning of next week's camp, but they'll get an instant reaction for you guys as well. But yeah, look out for tomorrow on our YouTube. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more of these. Comment if there's any kind of players that you guys would like us to bring up. And as always, the guys are live on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock on Here the Cannons. Everybody, enjoy the rest of y'all's day.
See you guys.
Peace.